All right, another video up this morning. I want to talk about community. So community is something that has come and gone in my life. When I was growing up, I had a huge family, so many relatives, I didn't even know their names. So on one side, I had grandparents that had five. Okay, five that I know of. And on the other side, there were 10. On my husband's side, she had 7. And then there were like 10 on another side. That's when I was married. But growing up, I had 10 that I was very close to, my aunts and uncles. They were like my brothers and sisters, plus they knew everybody. And then the family that I had 5, and the country folk, I had city and country folk. So the country folk, they all were related. And I remember going like just on one road. I had tons of relatives on just one road, and they were very close knit. And I remember going to family reunions where I would meet people I had never even heard of before. So huge cousins, everything, huge family I came from. And then I want to talk about how community is so important when a girl has an unexpected pregnancy. Because when I had that happen, I had absolutely no one. The relationship with my boyfriend was totally broken. There was no one to help me. Not one person did I have to help me. And this was all done in secret and quiet, and it was very isolated. And then back up in community again after that, as if nothing happened. So community is really important for girls. It makes a huge difference when you hear in a community other people supporting girls and saying, I am so thrilled you have a new life in you. I am so excited for you. Let us pray for that new baby. Let us have a baby shower for you. Let us, whatever the communication is. How are you feeling about being pregnant again? Anything you can do to be in community during a crisis pregnancy will help you. So for example, if you don't have community, and this is really difficult for young girls because they don't have the maturity, they don't have the ability to understand this stuff. But if you're an older woman and you don't want that baby, get in community, get in a place, surround yourself with people who are really positive, who will help you in your pregnancy. They will help take care of your baby. They will help take care of you. That's what you want. You don't want the wrong people around you during a crisis pregnancy. You don't want that. They will tell you the worst kind of things. And we know that some of these people can be good influences, can be hard to find. I mean, a lot of men will call themselves pastors, and they're not. Unless you have a God-fearing man who is a pastor, he's not really a pastor. We see that nowadays where pastors and, other people are holding hands with Planned Parenthood. And we see this even in the churches now, and it's not okay. Being a disobedient Christian is not okay. So we see this, and then another thing is, let me see, I lost my train of thought. Just making sure that you're around good people. We don't want to hold hands with the enemy. Yes, we want to love other people, but we also want to speak truth and to not hold back, especially when it comes to life. So surround yourself with other mothers, with women who will help you raise that baby, I guess is what I'm trying to say. And if you have no one, be a community for other people too. Go up to people, talk to them, start conversations. I now have a big community again. I have my neighborhood community that I reach out to. I just took 2 of the girls roller skating Sunday. We had a great time. God is very good to me. Then I had a group of kids who want to wash my car. Community's there if you look for it. I also have a huge church community now. I also have a sisterhood that you don't often find in churches. a real strong Christian sisterhood. A lot of times, women who have had abortions have a bond that is really special that other women sometimes cannot understand that. So we want to make sure we have community. It's just so important to be looking out for one another. We should be checking on one another daily. We should be every single day. We should have some sort of community. There are times to be in the wilderness. There are times, especially as a mother with a lot of children. Me as a mother of 6, when I lost with a forced abortion, when you're a mother and you're doing the work and you're hands-on, you're going to not have a lot of time. You're just going to be busy making meals one after another, doing housework, picking up, changing diapers, changing clothes, teaching your kids, and there's not a lot of time. But even within that wilderness where God is teaching you different things, you can be out there walking and say hi. Like I had an elderly neighbor that I usually kept an eye on, and she loved my kids. She couldn't believe how good my kids were. Anything you can do to make sure, even just going to church, the fact that you're there, that you got there, is good enough. And let other people come alongside you, encourage you, take classes, get mentorship. That's something I've had all the way up in my life. I just asked another older lady a question I had in the Christian community, and she helped me out. That kind of stuff, always have an older woman who's helping you out in some way in your life, and a younger woman that you can invest in. And if you are investing in the next generation, you can help turn things around generationally. Something I've done, I read a book years ago about breaking the generational chains, and it's really important to be able to do that. So make sure you have community.